guys, Redline here. I'm bringing you another video. It's just me playing around with a shotgun and a public match kill confirm on Slums Black Ops 2, guys. But as for the video today and the topic I wanted to talk about, was I'm starting to start getting into a little bit more personal information, maybe some stories regarding what I've done in my life and whatnot, because I've been around for a while. I mean, I am 24 years old, so I have done a lot of stuff that a lot of you guys have not, and I have some stories to talk about. Most of the time, I can't remember most of my stories until I'm, like, drunk, so you have to bear with me on some of those, because I can't really get them unless I'm drunk. Said outside. No. It is Valentine's Day, so happy V-Day to all of you out there, and all my viewers, all my fans, and all of my good friends. Anyone that's involved in the unit or likes the unit, happy birthday. I mean, happy V-Day. V-Day, what am I talking about? Happy V-Day, happy Valentine's Day, and make sure you hold your loved ones close, because, and cherish them, because they're your loved ones for a reason. Alright, now let's go into the video. The video I'm regarding into is, I'm talking about, I'm going to talk about a little past experience of illegal street racing. Oh, no, illegal street racing. Yeah, that's right. See, when I was growing up in high school and whatnot, street racing was a big thing around Montana, or Billings, Montana, where I'm from. It's a really big thing. Like, people had their tricked out cars, their race cars, and everything like that. Drag racing and street racing was huge. Like, we had kids out in the parking lots, like, of Kmart and Albertsons and stuff like that, which is over by, on our street here in town, we have a 24th Street in Billings, Montana, which is our busy street. It has a Walmart on the street, has Kmart, has Applebee's, has our mall, has everything, like food places and everything, all on this one street. So, growing up, I got a job, and I wanted to buy a car, because I was kind of involved in the street racing stuff. Like, I was friends with a bunch of guys who had, like, Mustangs and whatnot and raced. So, my very first car I buy is a 1998 Honda Civic Coupe. It was back when, like, Fast and the Furious was around and whatnot. It was a pretty nice, I mean, a lot of people in Fast and the Furious or whatnot were so used to Hondas after that. Like, everyone bought Hondas. Well, I didn't buy one just because of the Fast and the Furious. I bought one because of gas mileage, the fact that I could get to work with it really well. I liked it. Yeah, I liked that style of car. And it had a body kit front bumper already on it, which was pretty cool. Like, it was Ground Designs polyurethane front bumper. It was really nice. It made my car look pretty badass, look more like one of those Fast and the Furious cars. But I wasn't always into just racing with it. I was really kind of aiming to just trick it out and make it look good and whatnot. But then I started to work on it, put an intake on it, exhaust and stuff like that, put a stage 1 clutch in it, and I was just driving it around. It was 5-speed, so it was pretty fast. So I started to like it a lot, and so I decided to start racing people, and I would race people here and there. Well, here's where the story's going. One day, while I was at McDonald's, because I worked there, that's where I worked, I was hanging out there. A couple of my friends came in. This kid Steve comes in. This kid Steve's got a 70 Camaro with a 350 in it. He's got a B&M ratchet shifter. It's a posi rear end, so it's a pretty nice little muscle car, like Camaro. It's a pretty nice little Camaro. It's supposed to be a lot more horsepower than my vehicle is, because mine's a 4-cylinder Honda Civic, bone stock, single cam, factory made HX Honda Civic. Like, it's really not supposed to be fast at all. Well, kid starts talking crap to me while we're eating dinner together. You know, just, playful crap talk like COD players do, like you guys, you do. You talk crap here and there, So, kid starts saying how his Camaro's 10 times better than my car will ever be, and how I will never beat him. So, I started to go, in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I'm not going to let this guy just talk down on my car. I'm going to talk crap back. So I told him, all right, put your money where your mouth is. I got $300 that says I can beat you. I just gotten paid, so I had $300, over $300 in my account, in my pocket. So I just decided to put $300 just in case, because I made a $700 check so I could survive off $400 if I lost. So I'm just like, I'm really going to go into this. I'm really, like, detailing it. I know I'm being stupid. I know that I probably will not win, but I'm just throwing that out there. I wanted to try to humiliate this kid. Alright, so finally we agree upon it. And it became like widespread really fast that everybody knew that we were going to race. Well, we decided to race the next night. So it got around really fast. Like, everybody's like, oh my God, these two are going to race for $300, blah, blah, blah. So all of our friends and all of these other car kids show up to where we were meeting at. And we show up there, and there's about 40 to 50 cars. I can't remember exactly, but I'm not kidding. There is at least 40 cars following us out to the middle of nowhere where we were going to race, because we race out in the middle of nowhere. There was like 40 cars. And see, with our racing and street racing, what we do is we set up a car about a quarter mile down the road. He sets up there, he sits there, and waits for you to pass, so he's the judge. He sits there with another guy, and they judge on who wins. And they have a guy who flags, and everybody just sits there in the in-between and watches you just take off. Well, we had all these cars set up just to watch this little silver Honda Civic and this, like, kind of beat-up Camaro, which is kind of funny because all these guys, most of these guys here have faster cars than we do, like big-ass V8 10-second cars and 12-second Civics and stuff like that. And you're sitting there watching some, like, really slow cars. But they really wanted to see this race because me talking shit, I was kind of, back when I was younger, I talked a lot. So they really wanted to see this, and they really thought I was just being stupid. But they figured if I'm throwing $300 down, that I might actually have something to win the race with. So I end up lining up with a kid. I'm revved up, and Jake drops his arms to flag it, right? Bam, I pop that clutch. I'm just spinning front tires right out the gate. Just hammering on it. Just spinning. And I look over, and so is that Camaro. He's spinning too. So then I grab second gear and just grab third gear. I'm just mobbing away. Grab fourth gear. I look by. I pass by the judge on who won. I look back. He's like 20 car lengths back. I was like, what? My little four-cylinder Honda just smoked this Camaro. Just smoked him. Like, completely destroyed this kid. So he was all pissed off afterward. I was spinning, all these excuses like COD players do, you know. Oh my God, blah, 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 it's just his host and stuff, you know. Yeah, some of it's legit, you know, and some of the spinning and stuff like that was legit. But when you're coming into the deal when it's $300 on the line, don't miss anything. Just, like, make sure you have everything ready in order to race me. Well, he lost. So, felt kind of bad for him. I ended up winning the $300. And everyone after that's like, oh my God, you have nitrous in there? You have turbo and stuff? It turns out that my car is just a bone stock car with an exhaust, intake, and I did a little bit of adjustment for timing, and my dad adjusted up the intake to where it sucked a little harder. None of you guys with that nasty jokes. So we were just messing around with it, and we tuned it a little better just as the way the car ran itself. So really, in all dominance, we bring out probably 110% better out of the motor than normally comes out of a Honda, especially in town. So I can see where a normal Honda would be a lot slower. So I did end up winning. The kid talks shit afterward. He goes and gets ladder bars the next 2 days. Like 2 days later, he goes and buys ladder bars, put them on his car. They're designed to help with traction control on his Camaro for when it comes out the hole. So he went and bought some of those. I was like, okay. And then they wanted a rematch, but I told them I'm not rematching him for money. I want it fair and square. He said, no, I just want a rematch for my dignity. I said, okay, let's go for it anyways. Figuring I'm going to lose this time again, so I raced him again. We raced this time. He's not spinning. He launches out the hole. Somehow, when I grab third gear, I pull so much harder away from him than normal cars do that my third gear was just so strong. I grabbed fourth gear, and I win again. I beat this kid by 10 lengths this time. So I beat him by twice as much the first time, but the second time I still beat him. And so in all honesty, I really think he just didn't take good care of his vehicle. But that's where I was coming at. I wanted to let you guys know about some of the illegal street racing we did and a story of how my little four-cylinder, four-banger, crappy Ricer Honda schmanged a V8 American Muscle Camaro. I mean, no doubt, afterward, I started getting more into racing and stuff, but that'll come in a later story. Till then, have a great V-Day. I'll talk to you guys later.